All right, we should be live. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Are we live? I think we are. It's not showing me the preview. There it is. Okay, YouTube's got the preview going. All right. What's up, everybody? First in the house, we got Craig Lilly as always. Wonder if anyone else has today as their birthday, but at least I got a birthday stream today. Happy birthday, Craig Lilly. What a way to announce to the stream that it's your birthday. But I did queue up something for you specifically. So let me get that ready for you here. Because it's your birthday and you're a longtime viewer. You gotta be Squidward in this clip.
Surprise! Happy birthday, Squidward! Happy birthday! Happy birthday cake!
Everybody say happy birthday to Craig Lilly.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
I love this scene, especially here at the end.
It's not my birthday!
Dude, early seasons of SpongeBob were the greatest. But going on, so yeah, happy birthday, Craig. Let me get some happy birthday, or at least celebration emojis in the chat. But yeah, how old are you turning today? Are you willing to share your age? That is the question. But we also got Staying 2007 in the house. KL130, what's up, what's up? Let's see, sounds like Craig is having problem. Let's see, your tab has crashed in Firefox and Chrome, ran memtest and had 4,000 errors in 10 minutes. Yeah, probably. How old is your memory? Also, how much memory did you have? Did you test individual sticks? Meant to say I got to buy 32 gigs of new memory. Are you going from 32 to 32 or are you going from 16 to 32? What's up, Giants Robots? AMD NZXT. AMD is mid, not gonna lie. And then I responded with, my whole life is kind of mid, so that's probably why I relate to and like AMD. I mean, who out here is living that high life? I would imagine not too many people if they're on budgets, but what's up, Korangot? What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey, what's up, Mod Kevin Go in the house, on time today. Let's see. They have a new movie coming out and he's going pantsless, says the Smash TV Network. SpongeBob, right? I heard something about that. I saw like a headline or about SpongeBob and nudity, which if he's going pantsless, I mean, we've seen him almost completely naked before. He had like a leaf covering his private areas, right? But early seasons of most things are usually the greatest. That is true. Which, speaking of early things, since we're just still hanging out waiting for people to get to the stream, anyone watched the new Fallout TV series? Leading up to it, I was not one of those doomers who thought it was going to be a bad show. Just watching the trailer alone and seeing how they were able to do like the kind of like the costumes and the environments and stuff like that, I thought it looked like it was going to be a good show, and it ended up, in my opinion, being a really good show. Me and Melissa binged Fallout in 2 days, actually. We watched, it's 8 episodes, 45 minutes to an hour, and we ended up watching it over the course of 2 nights. So I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. I did like how it was all dropped at one time, so I didn't have to wait week to week. But I'm curious, anyone else who watched it, did anyone watch, or what your opinions were on it? Andrew Hardy says AMD for the win. Let's see. Matt Whitney says, dang, had an RX 6600, went 3060 Ti. I mean, that's an upgrade if you're just, regardless of what team. So, I mean, if you want an upgrade from a 6600, that'll do it for you. Though, I mean, I think this is not as big of an upgrade as I would probably go for if I was like gonna pay for one. I probably would have at least gone to the 3070, but an upgrade nonetheless. R-Flat with the weekly tech drama. Kind of tech related because there is a video game. Yeah, Warhammer, the series. There's multiple Warhammers. 40K gets retcon, causing boycott. I'm not a huge 40K person. So let me look this up. Warhammer 40K. Retcon. So what are they trying to do with this? Over female custodes retcon. See, I don't even know what that mean. Like, bigger than female adeptus. So what's happening? So they're adding women into certain, let's see, for over 37 years evolve, use, introducing new features. Okay, rewriting things. Yep, retcon. God, does everything have to fall down into like gender and basically somewhat politics? Like, what is driving this? Given that custodes wear fully enclosed suits of Auromite power armor and their entire personality overwritten so they can better protect the Emperor of Mankind, their gender is irrelevant. This will change very little. So is that what people are getting mad about? I probably don't have the full story. This is just one headline from Wargamer. But is that what the gist is? Can people stop getting... I've seen this in I'm trying to think of what other franchises or series where like they introduce either a person of color or women and people just lose their shit. I can't think off the top of my head, but I think like Lord of the Rings more recently when they introduced like, was it Black Elves or something, people got pissed at. I mean, I don't think that is a legitimate reason to like have a bad day over. I feel like it's you in any piece of literature, unless you explicitly state everybody's gender and race, or not and race, but like ethnicity or skin colors and skin tones, there are ways to retcon those things into the story. And you might think, oh, that's not natural. There are outliers and like different types of either species or types of characters that exist in all types of gamings and lore, that I think having a person with a different skin tone or a gender that doesn't match the norm of the lore, like you can work it in. There's like way weirder stuff that goes on in these types of like games and shows that to me is not a big deal, but people, you know, are always get pissed over stuff like that. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Exactly, KL130. I think this makes a lot of sense. Let's get mad at something that isn't even real. Yeah. Chris is barely leaving work. Late again, hate it. Are you just doing a lot of work? Or are you staying after work for stupid reasons where you should be able to go home, but you know, those situations. KO hasn't watched the show yet, but thinks it's great. Show is good so far, probably finishing over the weekend. Oh yeah, so for the most part, I've seen like positive reviews across the board when it comes to like most written outlets or like Reddit posts, people posting on Twitter, stuff like that. So Giant Robot says, me and my girlfriend binged it Sunday. She is no gamer and has no investment in the franchise, but we both loved it. Yeah, so me and Melissa both binged it. I wouldn't say Melissa loved it. She has certain types of shows that she likes to watch, and her one complaint, even though she watched every episode with me, and she enjoyed it. She said that it was a little bit slow and it was kind of too spread out because they are going between like 3 different storylines at the same time. And given that it's only 8 episodes, you know, you can only fit so much into like a less than 8-hour time span. So she just wishes they didn't go as slow and with some of the story building, but I thought it was a good pacing. I don't know if we're gonna get the next season next year. The unfortunate thing is that now that the show is done, I'm thinking we're not getting maybe until like early 2026, if not mid 2026, the next season, which is going to be New Vegas, or taking place in New Vegas if you watch the end credits. But yeah, we'll see. Corin Gott says, I've been watching your videos for a long time and see that until now I haven't subbed. Or you did sub and YouTube has unsubbed you. That's happened to quite a few people actually. And YouTube has done that to me too. Like it has unsubbed me from channels that I know I've never unsubbed from. So it could be that case. But if you actually did never sub, then thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. Let's see. KL130 says, I've never played a Fallout game. I don't think you need to play a Fallout game to enjoy the show. There are going to be like little Easter eggs and stuff that occur in the show that if you did play the game, you would like nerd out more and enjoy it more. But I played Fallout 3, a bit of New Vegas, and a bit of 4, and I'm getting back into it through Fallout 76 actually as of recent. And yeah, I think the show is very true to the source material. And the cool thing about Fallout is that the show, like, they're using the universe, but they're not using a specific storyline, or at least, like, you know, main character plot from any of the individual games. It takes elements of things in the universe. So, you know, there's no real complaints of, like, oh, it's not following. People have been arguing about, like, some of the ghoul stuff and things like that. But in terms of like Last of Us, right? They stayed pretty true to the video game. If you played the game, you knew the story of The Last of Us TV show. But with Fallout, this is like a new story with new main characters. So if you played the game, it's not like you already know what happens, which is what I like about it. So Kirakan says, I haven't played any Fallout games, but the show looks dope. I want to see it. Yeah, definitely worth it. And I feel like, for the most part, either you have Amazon Prime or you're sharing an Amazon Prime account with somebody and splitting the bill. So I think it is very accessible. I'm pretty happy because I think I'm never going to cancel my Amazon Prime subscription. So as they bring better TV shows and movies and things to Amazon, that's like great for anyone who subscribed to Prime. Speaking of which, for those of you who follow boxing, the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, which I'm totally going to be watching, is going to be on Amazon Prime, free too, I believe. So that's awesome if they bring more boxing to Amazon. So we'll see how that goes. Nemus Tech says, hello Danny, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Weather in Washington, my mood is a reflection of the weather. Let me show you what the weather be looking like today. It is very, very sunny outside. So I keep my basement pretty like blacked out just so that I can control the lighting when it comes to like filming and taking pictures and stuff. But as you can see, you can probably see in the back there too. The sun is shining through the blinds. So yeah, it is super sunny. We just had like a kind of rainy weekend. So sunshine equals me being happy. James Ray, I am so late today. Not really. You messaged at 5:06, and that's only 6 minutes after stream started. Uh-oh, I just skipped through all. Okay. CJ Mino says, I bought a 5600. Should I go for an A520 or B550? Better. I'm on a budget. The price difference between the two. Let's take a look. We're just gonna let's use Newegg for a preference. So A520 motherboard. In the price difference, like you can find B550s for maybe 10, 15 more, right? But what's the lowest cost? Oh, okay, never mind. A520s are down to like 67, 70, that's a refurbished one. So like $70-ish, and then B550 motherboards. You're on a budget. So we're looking at 90 versus like 70. So you're talking about $20. If you're going to get an A520 board, just know that, and not, you might want to look at the board because some manufacturers did modify them to allow PBO, right? If you care about changing or overclocking or getting a little bit more out of your board. But also look at the rear I/O and just see if the board has everything you want versus like a B550. The thing about a motherboard is, I think compared to a CPU or a graphics card, a motherboard, along with things like your case and power supply, that lasts in your computer longer. You're more likely to change your processor out or a graphics card down the line, unless you do like a full system upgrade or a full platform upgrade. I think motherboards are one of the parts that tends to stay in your system the longest. Like if I look at any of the builds that I get in from friends or family, over time, like we upgrade their processors, we upgrade their RAM, we upgrade their SSDs or storage, we upgrade their graphics cards, but we tend to try not to touch the motherboard. So, like the price difference between the cheapest of each chipset is about $20-ish. Like you can go for this one. This one does have better cooling in case you do want to throw a better processor on there and do any type of overclocking. So $20 over the span of having this motherboard for 3 or 4 years, is it worth it? I don't know how deep of a budget you're on, but I would lean towards B550. Like if I was building a system for a friend and helping them make this decision, I'd be like, hey, unless you're like in middle school and have zero money or income, the extra $20, I don't know, man, eat out less one time or something and just grab the B550. But if you're trying to build like a new budget PC and only have like $350 and you can't grab any more money, then yeah, you're gonna have to go with something like this. James Ray with an update on the spaceship case. My spaceship case is still under construction. I really need a 3D scanner, but I got everything in a temp case so I can try to get it going. How long has this spaceship case been going? How many months has it been now? It's probably only been since like January or February, right? Right? Not longer than that. Fallout, yes. With regards to people who do follow Bethesda and what they're doing, Fallout 5 is officially, it has been like officially announced to come after Elder Scrolls 6, which I haven't even been following Elder Scrolls 6, so that does feel bad. But Nemus Tech, have you played Fallout 76? Because yes, it was a piece of crap, a steaming pile of piece of crap when it first came out. Back in what, 2017, 2018? But Fallout 76 has come a long way since then. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. It is free right now for I think a week, but you can get gray market CD keys for like less than $5, I think. And it's on Game Pass. I'm enjoying Fallout 76 quite a bit. It's nice because I am a person who really enjoys multiplayer experiences, and being the only Fallout game that has multiplayer without, I'm not even sure if there's a Fallout like 3, Fallout 4 multiplayer mod, but being an online game where you could interact with other players or just do your own stuff solo and it's still feeling like Fallout, I'm enjoying it a lot. Yes, and all Fallout games are on sale on Steam. All of the games, 76 included, I think, are seeing an influx of players who have watched the TV show, probably people who have never played Fallout before and are getting into it. So yeah, I think that's always good to see. ew, Jake Paul, it will be fixed regarding the boxing. I don't think it'll be fixed. People always say like boxing and MMA, like all these things are fixed. I think there's corrupt judging, but I don't think it's like the WWE where they go in and say, okay, this is who's gonna win or who's gonna lose beforehand. Like, I definitely think it can be fixed in terms of like the judges being swayed one way or another or being paid off or whatever like that. Like that corruption. But I do not think that going into the fight, each fighter is told you're gonna win or you're gonna lose. But like I've seen it firsthand, fights where the winner or the supposed winner did not win because of judges' scorecards. But I mean, it's just a spectacle. The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson thing is going to be a spectacle, and I'm a sucker for that. So I'm definitely going to watch that. Hey, I just bought a RX 7800 XT and it won't overclock. What do you mean by that? Like, anytime you attempt to move any of the sliders, it instantly crashes? Like, what do you mean by it won't overclock? What tools are you using to overclock it? Are you using Adrenaline, or are you using like Afterburner, or what? And what are you changing? Like, you just changing like core and memory clocks, changing voltage? What are y'all doing? So I actually didn't watch the full fight. I did watch the highlights, Chris. But yeah, the KO at the last second was pretty crazy. You know what the funny thing is too? Speaking of WWE, there is a show. Is it on Netflix or one of the streaming services? I forget, man. We have like way too many, and I can never keep track of them. Every time I'm like, Melissa tells me or asks me to turn on a certain show that we're watching, I always choose the wrong service. But there's one called WWE The Next Generation, and it shows the process of people going through trying to become the next WWE superstar. And that's a very interesting and fun documentary to watch. And for some reason, Melissa and I went to a WWE event in Washington a few years ago, and after going to that, like, I played wrestling games growing up, right? Like WCW versus NWO games and WWE and stuff like that. I was never super huge into watching wrestling, but for some reason, now me and Melissa, our thing is to randomly watch, like, random wrestling things on, like, the streaming services. WrestleMania was just last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and that was on Peacock for free, so we watched all of that. So as for a person who is like mixed in and out of wrestling, who doesn't follow it a bunch, anytime I do watch it or content surrounding it, I do enjoy it, even though it's like completely fake and scripted and stuff like that. Something, I think the athleticism and the outrageousness of wrestling is why I enjoy watching it. Like, you don't watch WWE thinking, oh my god, this is so real. You watch it like, I think people explain it like it's a soap opera or something like that. Or it's like a very planned out, methodically, like, put together show. Except some of it is like real time, so it gets ridiculous at points. But yeah, like, WWE has been really good now under Triple H. Very good stories. Kevin, wait, do you watch a ton of WWE? It's funny because I think people who don't understand WWE generally make fun of people who really like it. But I totally understand, and I thoroughly enjoy it anytime I do watch it. I don't watch it regularly. Like, I don't watch, you know, what is it, every Monday and, what is it, Friday? That they have it, like, on TV. But, like, on YouTube all the time, I'm watching random crap about wrestling. Yeah, theater, there you go. It's kind of like that, except with some athleticism sprinkled in. Oh, man. It's been 25 minutes since we started stream. All right, small talk lasted a little bit longer than I wanted. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, the main topic of this stream. Womps Block says, am I late? No, you're not late. We are just actually getting started with the main topic. We've been small talking for a long time. Kevin Go actually enjoys it, yeah. And then I've been following the whole Vince McMahon thing too. All that drama, I don't know, I can't stay away from it. But okay, let's talk about high-end. So I saw this article on Tom's Hardware, so I thought it was published, 8 hours ago, so today. And I thought it'd be interesting to pull up to talk about, which it's pretty much saying high-end AMD RDNA 2 supply is dwindling. RX 6950, 6900 XT, and 6800 XT virtually out of stock. It's the supply is on its last leg. Now, of course, this is talking about the new market, right? Because the used market are always going to have these cards in stock. So the article goes to say our AMD, I'll link this too, as always, because you got to give credit to the websites and the authors of these articles. So let me put that in here for anyone who wants to follow along or is catching this after the fact. But it reads, AMD's RDNA 2 high-end graphics card supply is finally dwindling to nothing 4 years after launch. What did it just give me like an automatic ad? What? Oh, I accidentally clicked on the sidebar here. 4 years? Has it really been 4 years? I thought it was like, it's like 3.5, right? Because I thought it was near the end of 2020. But anyways, regardless, the 6950 XT and 6900 XT are now virtually impossible to find at the $600 to $650 price points, while the 6800 XT can be found at only be found at $560 here. Let me actually do a search for this. I really liked the 6000 series of cards. I think AMD did a great job at them, and in the time of their relevancy, they're still relevant, but now that they're starting to, at least the high-end cards, to not be in stock from new retailers and e-tailers anymore, I thought they were always priced very fairly. Like, there was rarely a time where I couldn't recommend, if someone was looking for a brand new graphics card, to look at like a 6000 series AMD card. But yeah, so everything is just used, like new open box, refurbished, and the cheapest new one is indeed that $560 6800 XT, which wouldn't make sense because you can get a 7800 XT for $500 right now. So thank God about the RX 6700 XT. So this article specifically is talking about just their 3 top-end cards, which is from the 6800 XT and up. So 6900 and 6950 XT too, because those did drop in price quite a bit. But now that the 7900 GRE and the 7800 XT are out and they perform like on par, I don't think it makes sense to really buy a new 6950 or 6900 XT anymore. Yeah, if you look at Newegg here, look, all these are out of stock and they're only showing refurbished. Though you can get a refurbished one for $550. Still tons of used cards, yeah. I mean, you're gonna be able to find used cards for like multiple generations to come. So let's take a look at the price for the used cards, because they're not that much cheaper though. Like on Newegg, like they're $550 if they're in stock. It looks like 2 of them are in stock for open box or refurbished. Everything else is sold out. But I'm thinking if you look on eBay, it's not going to be that much cheaper. Usually you would expect eBay, because they're from private sellers, to be cheaper than an online marketplace selling secondhand or used. But let's take a look at 6950 XTs on eBay. I'm thinking we're going to be finding them no less than $500, but I could be wrong. Okay. 500, 550, 500, 179 for a... Is this just a... Yeah, it's just a block. Yeah. So the cheapest one is about 500 plus 22 in shipping. The Merc cards, here's the MSI Gaming X Trio for 550. So, I mean, at that point, would you rather buy, because the GRE is $550, the 7900, or you can go with the 7800 XT, which is not as good as the 6950 XT, but you can get it new for cheaper. So there's a trade-off there. I think they're within about 10% of performance of each other. So 550 versus 500 is about 10%. Garnikin says, bought my 6800 XT for like $550 in November. Had a GTX 1080 before and it aged like fine wine. Yeah, I mean, so wait, November. That's a huge jump up from a 1080, and the pricing for those have stayed pretty well. If you go by the numbers, 6800 XT, so it's only $550. But if you say, you know, if you should have waited, which I don't think you should ever wait, if you need a computer or an upgrade, if you need it now, buy it now. Yeah, you could probably save, what, 20, 30, 40, maybe $50 if you wait 6 months to a year, but that's time spent not having the upgraded hardware or the hardware at all. So 7800 XTs are down to 500 right now. I would still say a 6800 XT for $550 back in November is not a bad price at all. Young says, I can't wait to my PC upgrade. I've been waiting for 6 months. What are you going to get, Young? You want to get a 7800 X3D, what motherboard with 4 M.2 slots? Any ideas? Not off the top of my head. That's something that PC Part Picker is perfect for because they have their filters. So yeah, go to PC Part Picker, put in the motherboard filter, and sort by how many slots they have. Because, dude, there's so many motherboards out there. I cannot remember all of them off the top of my head with regards to how many slots they have for each of the different components. So secondhand on eBay is overrated. Local market is key. You're right. Local market is key. But if we were to look at let's look at, wait, can I look at Facebook Marketplace without logging in? I think I can. So let's take a look at what people are selling. 6950 XT. Oh wait, I needed to put in my zip code. Let's put in 98188. That's SeaTac. So that's Seattle, 40 miles. Okay. So wait, is it not going to change because I'm not logging in? No. Okay, we're just going to do San Francisco apparently. I think. What would you guys, if you were to tier it, in terms of apps for buying things in your local market, what would be like the top to the lowest tier? I would think, for me, Offerup is still pretty good in my area. So like Offerup and Facebook Marketplace are kind of at the top. And then below that is kind of just, I guess, Craigslist, which is actually like a lot lower than that. I don't even check Craigslist anymore. But yeah, aside from Offerup and Facebook Marketplace, and we're not talking like Mercari and stuff because those are more of online marketplaces. Like, how would you guys rank your experiences buying used hardware with the certain apps? Facebook, Craigslist, Offerup. In that order, you would say Craigslist is above Offerup? Mine is this. Offerup equals Facebook, which is greater than Craigslist. Kevin Go only does Offerup nowadays. The only issue that I've had with Offerup is they locked out my account once saying I did something that was against the terms, which I've never done anything against the terms. Like, I rarely list on OfferUp. I only buy, and when I buy, I'm always like on time. I always get good ratings, and I always like leave rating and stuff like that. But I got my account back, but it was annoying that for like a week I could not use my OfferUp because I had to send in like an appeal, and it took them a while to like reinstate it, which that could happen, I guess, on any platform. But it was just annoying that it happened to me on OfferUp. My Facebook account has never been at risk of being like deactivated or anything like that. So I mean, Facebook, I would imagine, would be the safest to like not lose your reputation in an account. But yeah. Nobody. This is the issue with OfferUp that I've been seeing. There have been people who post items up. I offer them the exact, like, what they're asking for. I'm not lowballing. They've been active within the last hour, and they just don't respond. And this isn't like on listings that's like 3 months, a year old or something. This is like literally someone listed something this week. I mean, what I'm hoping is that they found another buyer and they're just ignoring everybody else who responds. But it feels like almost OfferUp sometimes ghosts my comments so that the sellers don't even see them at all. Because the amount of times I've just had 0 responses, not even like oh hey, it already sold. It's like crazy. But I still use OfferUp because I kind of hate going on Facebook. Just like anything to avoid getting on Facebook, I would like to do. Mike Brazone says, instead of a LAN party, sponsor a backyard or some park nearby PC swap meet. Mike, the only issue with that is that I am not. So other content creators have done this before. Well, the people that I've seen do it is like, maybe it's just the California PC creators. Let me know if any other content creators have done this. That has not been Paul, Kyle, and Jay. Has Linus done this? But either way, I think you have to be a relatively large channel for something like this to be successful, because I could probably count on both hands, probably maybe on one hand, the amount of people that would show up to a local meetup in Washington State, unfortunately. And then, let alone from that number, how many people would have money to buy stuff, let alone just like go there to just meet me. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm big enough or popular enough to do something like this. But people have asked me about local meetups and stuff, and honestly, maybe that's for the better. Maybe we get together, I buy some pizzas, we just hang out and talk, and that way it's more close and personal. But in terms of like offloading like PC parts and stuff like that, I don't think that would be too successful. And at the end of the day, I don't have a ton of stuff that I keep on hand that I am looking to sell, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of the times, if I get hardware in, if that is the only piece of that hardware I have, like a graphics card or a CPU, I keep that on hand for the future. If I get duplicates, like the only thing I would be able to get rid of is cases, because that's the only thing I have a surplus of that takes up like a ton of space. Everything else I keep for future purposes, like revisiting, comparisons, things like that. So 2D Fire says Facebook over everything else. Well, let's take a look at 6950 XT. Well, actually, someone is selling a 6950 XT in California for $400, door pickup or drop off. Brand new, never used, sells in store for $992 to $662. Willing to negotiate on the price. Wait up. Do we think this person is actually selling this for $400? This seems suspiciously cheap. Where's the profile? It's not showing me the profile. Is it because I'm not logged in? Willing to negotiate on the price? See, when they say that, do they mean they're willing to negotiate on 400, or are they actually wanting more than 400? Because this seems suspiciously cheap. I don't know. Okay, what else is there on it? 340 not working. Okay, 7900 XTX not working. If you want to buy this and try to fix this yourself. Yeah, so if you're in Ontario, California for pickup, Chris, this is close by to you, right? Wait, brand new, never used. Yeah, this seems sketch, man. Also, brand new, yet never used. Why is it out of his packaging then? The bottom line, okay. $9.92, okay. Yeah, something, dude, what is this? PCMag.com, they posted a screenshot of what it goes for. I mean, yeah, $650 at Newegg, that's reasonable. But something is off about this. See it work, maybe they don't know what they have. That's true. Let me actually, I'm gonna go on to my Facebook account. If I even remember my information, okay. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. The trick with Facebook is to lowball like crazy. Well, I don't lowball stuff that is reasonably priced. This guy has 3 active listings, yard sale. Who doesn't have a cash? Wait, what? Who doesn't have a cash app and wants to make 20 bucks quick and eat? What? Dude, this person is very interesting. Okay. Let me see if I could get this window shared. Give me a second. Okay, so we're logged in now to my Facebook, which I gotta be very careful not to dox myself. But, oh crap, where'd it go? Okay, so here's the listing. So this person, so they joined Facebook 2020, which is about pandemic time. So I don't know if that's enough to say whether or not this person's a scammer. If you go to their profile, they have 3 active listings, yard sale in Rancho Cucamonga, California. And then this thing, who doesn't have a cash app and wants to make 20 bucks quick and easy? I'm guessing this is a cash app. This is funny that they posted this on Facebook though. Maybe this is like a cash app referral program thing. Anyways, so, wait. I don't even see the graphics card on here. Sold and out of stock. Oh, it's sold. Why did it just sell? What the heck? Yeah, that's interesting. On actual Facebook, it's telling me it's sold, but if I refresh the page on incognito Facebook, I'm going to refresh it right here. It's not telling me it's sold. Wow, that's pretty smart on Facebook's marketing side of things. If you're not logged in, it tries to entice you by showing these good deals that aren't there anymore. Interesting. I don't think he's a robber. So this does seem legit. Like this sold, which makes sense for 400 bucks listed a week ago. It should have moved. The dude had a pretty normal looking profile. So that looks fine. So here's a $500 6950 XT. So yeah, in the used market, the pricing is definitely better than eBay, which is as expected. The only issue would be for people who don't have good used markets, right? Because like this is California. This is like peak tech central. People who live in like the Midwest or something like that, flyover states, then they probably have much more dead markets and have to rely on websites like eBay, which still has better than new pricing. There's a $100 A750 30 mins for me. I kind of want to buy it. That's a really good price. You should buy it. A750 for... Can I even find that on here? Can I change... Is there... Oh my god, Facebook, I don't want to log in. Don't make me log in. But yeah, if A750, 100, that to me that's an instant buy. You don't need a PC with resizable bar to put it in. Here, let's look at the performance numbers. A750 resizable bar on versus off. Here we go. That was a year ago. Where's the updates? NVIDIA resizable. So, okay, here we go. 6 months ago. I'm trying to look at a very recent update. You will get improved performance with resizable bar, but if you're looking at the $100 price tag, even if you can't turn on resizable bar, I think that's worth it, is where I'm getting at. At $100, you're not going to be able to find a better graphics card, I think, than A750 with or without resizable bar. In Battle Mage League, no. Resizable bar on and off. Here 7 months ago. From testing games. Let me get this. Recommendations for a white graphics card. Budget is $600, preferably new. Grab a AMD Hellhound Spectral card. I know from experience because I bought one recently. So resizable bar on and off. Let's see what hardware they have on here. So they have an RG Strix Z790 and a 13900K. So Red Dead Redemption 117 versus. You would have to. The 7800 XT might be a little bit more than that. You might have to go 7700 XT. You could go for the Sapphire Pure, either Power Color Hellhound or Sapphire Pure. I spent a little bit more than 600 on mine just because of tax. But resizable bar 117 versus 124. To me, that's like negligible with the. Oh wait. No. We need specifically the A750. What hardware is this? This one's showing it as pretty bad. They're Ryzen 5600 B450, okay. So Cyberpunk is actually pretty bad. 80 versus 48. Assassin's Creed Valhalla 75 versus 41. God of War 57 versus 35. Grand Theft Auto makes no difference. Red Dead Redemption 2 88 versus 64. Still, this is still playable. Resident Evil Remake 105 versus 76. All right, I'm going to need another source on this because with the higher end hardware, it didn't even make a difference. With the 5600, it's looking to make a pretty noticeable difference on half of the games. The other half, it's still playable. Mike Brazone says, I paid $789 for my Sapphire 6800 in June 2022 because I wanted Sapphire. Knew the Sapphire card was running out. And then ASRock and Merck offered them for the next 18 months as the price collapsed. That's what I call first degree consumer price discrimination that differs from third degree. Pallet says, do you think it's funny that the 6900 XT costs 3 times more than 7800 XT, but 7800 XT is literally better? No. You can't be looking at Amazon pricing for 6900 XT. Because I'm pretty sure all those third-party sellers are messing up the market. You either gotta look at pretty much eBay now that they're not in stock anymore, and it's not 3 times as much. Like here, you can still get the 6900 XT for $770 here. Something like this, yeah, this is stupid. 1500. Do not use this as a reference. These are people who are smoking crack. Yeah, who's selling this? $13.99 from, who's the seller? Mycom Pro. Whoever the heck Mycom Pro is, this company, yeah, they're smoking something. Yo, what's up, Demon Mate? I don't think you can just tell someone to step up from a 7800 XT to 7900 XT. That's kind of a big price jump. What is the cheapest 7900 XT that we can find? It's gonna be around like 700 bucks. So 7800 XT, the lowest cost model is like 500. So here's refurbished, so we can't look at those. The cheapest new one is Sapphire Pulse for 700 bucks. Yeah, 200 off of 500. That's a 40% price increase, which to some people, 200 bucks is not a big deal, but to me, $200 is a lot. 200 bucks is a lot of money towards groceries, gas, bills, a lot of other things. I don't think it's like a necessary just go ahead and upgrade. I think there are some cards out there that you look at and you say like from a 7700 XT to a 7800 XT, that $50 price difference, it's for the most part, you say go ahead, get the 7800 XT, spend a little bit more. I don't think you could do that similarly with the 7900 XT from the 7800 XT. Have I seen the new Boston Dynamics video? I have not. What Boston Dynamics video? But going back to the resizable bar on and off, at $100, I think regardless, that's a pickup. Regardless of if your system can enable resizable bar or not, an A750 at 100 bucks, to me that's an instant pickup. What is the newest Boston Dynamics video? A new Atlas. God, what is this audio? I mean, I guess that's just like the background noise of whatever machines is running, but wait, is that just a big camera? No, it's not a big camera lens. It's a thing with a bunch of individual camera lenses if you look closely in it. Farewell to HD Atlas. So this was the robot that was like jumping over boxes and stuff. And it was a little bulkier if you look at like the torso, and you could see like wires kind of running out. I mean, this was still pretty impressive for what it is, but this thing is so much cleaner, and this is kind of scary. Wonder what the battery life on this thing is. This is the next generation of humanoid robots. Dude, we are getting closer to the Fallout universe. A fully electric Atlas robot designed for real-world applications. New Atlas builds on decades of research, delivering most capable, useful, mobile robots, solving the toughest challenges in industry with Spot, the Stretch, and now Atlas. Yeah, this is pretty cool. All the the wires that we saw earlier are internal. It's smaller in size. I'm curious how much this thing weighs, and also what the battery life on it is, for it to just like, let's say, walk around a track. Bertha Mac, does the brand of GPU make a difference, or is it the same in performance? This is fake CGI. It's funny because with CGI, and I guess AI is not really relevant here because AI video is still, you could still kind of tell it from reality. But with CGI, this to me, this looks real. I don't see signs of CGI here, but we are getting there in terms of the tech, where there are some CGI that you can't even tell whether or not it's real or not. But with regards to this question, does the brand of the GPU make a difference? Or, for the most part, I would say, so you don't confuse brand with model, because every brand has multiple tiers of the same graphics card within their lineup. Like Power Color, for example, they have the Power Color, the Fighter, which is like their lowest end one. Then they have the more mid-tier ones, and then they have the higher end ones. So between all the different companies for the same graphics cards, I would say they all have tiers of graphics card which are pretty much on par with one another. Like the low end from XFX is similar to the low end from Power Color. It was similar to the low end from Sapphire. And then you get like the high end ones, which they are like out of the box, clocked higher, bigger coolers, whatever, nicer looking coolers. That's when you start getting more into the differences between the cards, when you start paying more. But I would say I would go for the companies that has, in general, better customer experiences should something go wrong based on user reviews, right? So what's a company that people complain a lot about? Asus, ASRock, with regards to their warranty and stuff like that. Whereas you typically hear about Sapphire, EVGA, too bad it's not as relevant anymore. But the companies that are known to have like a hassle-free customer, like the customer's always right, make it right for the customer experience, I would go for that. Which, I mean, Sapphire, Power Color, I haven't heard much about XFX, but from what I've noticed, the companies that are specific to one brand instead of making cards across both AMD and NVIDIA, those ones tend to have better customer support stories. But above all, I think the easiest way to go about it is look for the card that is best within your budget and that you like the look of if it fits aesthetically the best in your build. Then from there, look at the customer service reviews. What happens when someone has a failing graphics card? What was the return process and warranty like? And if that happens to be a company that sucks at that, like Gigabyte has a pretty bad reputation of that, denying warranties and stuff, look for the next option that fits your price range and that fits the aesthetics of your build, and look at that company. So I always thought XFX was similar to EVGA. To me, in my head, Sapphire and EVGA were like the top two gold standard for, AIBs of both AMD and NVIDIA. Yeah, this is a good point, Demon Mitt. There are different board designs between the different companies, so that could be consideration for overclocking the cards, which, again, I mean, I think, like you said last week, how many people are actually overclocking their cards versus letting the automatic boost algorithms? Those do a pretty good job at boosting above the stock specs anyways. But yeah, if you're trying to water block a card, which I don't know also how many people are trying to do that, but if you are trying to do that, you want to take that into consideration as well. The water blocks are pretty expensive, and it kind of sucks that you are limited to what card you can use it on. And when you finally upgrade your PC to the next thing, you can't use that card on the next gen of cards because it's obviously not going to fit. So for me, stuff like that, I never have to worry too much about. But if you are an enthusiast spending that kind of money, then those are all the considerations, yeah. What's up, Hazard Meme? XFX used to make NVIDIA cards. Then they offered AMD GPU and NVIDIA dropped them. Dude, I'm trying to think of... Okay, XFX NVIDIA card. What was the last NVIDIA card XFX made? XFX 8600, so 8000 series. The GeForce XFX GTX 280. Which card did I have? I had an EVGA 280 that looked just like this with a different sticker on it, but was the GTX 200 series the last XFX NVIDIA cards? GeForce 7, so 7000 series. XFX NVIDIA Radeon 7950. That's not right. I miss XFX NVIDIA cards. Yeah, when was the last, was it the 200 series? GTX 200. How many years ago was that? That's like 2010-ish time frame. 2009, 2010. P&Y is pretty constant when it comes to quality and pricing and availability. What are their colors called again? Accelerate. That's like their, I mean, they have non-accelerate cards, but that's kind of like their more RGB, nicer, and more expensive ones, right? Aesthetics, says Mike. You know what? So I'm not gonna fault people who want to focus on aesthetics. You know, PC building is an enthusiast hobby as well. There are many aspects in our life that we spend on aesthetics, whether it be from our own personal grooming to like the cars we drive, the way we decorate our house, etc. The clothes we wear is aesthetics, unless you just wear the most basic shorts or sweatpants and t-shirts and stuff. I do wear really basic clothing. Like this doesn't even have a branding on it, but yeah, I mean, aesthetics is in all aspects of our life. So for it to be in PCs, obviously we try to guide people towards performance over aesthetics. But if aesthetics doesn't cost that much more, then there's no harm in it. Demon Mitt says, I'm a fan of P&Y. They have been consistently making good quality products. They are the ones who build the Quadro/Pro cards. Let's see. If we were to look at, let's just look at 4070 cards. Let's see where P&Y, I'm just picking a random card off the top of my head. Like it could be, here, let's look at, yeah, let's look at 4070s. Where are some of the P&Y cards? So 550 gigabyte PNY. When's the first PNY card that we see? It's their Verto, which, so yeah, talking about like the entry level stuff, right? Like something like the Asus Dual would be an entry offering from Asus. The Verto from PNY, the Eagle from Gigabyte, the Zotac, what do they call it? The Twin Edge. So you got all your cheap cards, and then you keep scrolling down, and then you start getting into, we're still on the cheap end. Here's the PNY Accelerate Epic X. So this one, I mean, still, this is a 4070 Super. Are there no 4070 Accelerates? Or did they never make a higher end one? So here's all the 4070 Supers. This is not showcasing what I was trying to talk about earlier. 4070... For the 4070s, it's kind of messed up because you got your Supers, and then you got your TI Supers and stuff like that, but I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I would go off of the user, like, reviews of the customer service and support, because that's the only time you would care to get in contact with these companies. If you think about it, people don't complain when things go right. People often complain when things go wrong. So it's, you want to look out for like the negative reviews and the negative threads and comments about these things, because you could choose a graphics card from a quote unquote company that has crap customer service, but if it doesn't break down, and you're lucky enough that it never breaks down, then, you know, it doesn't matter. Me personally, I'm an Acer Predator kind of guy. I do like the look of the Acer Predator cards. What do they make in it? So we got the Acer Predator Bifrost. We've seen this time and time again, the A770. And then you got the non-Bifrost. Wait, this is a Bifrost one, but this one's like a blackout. Wait. Yeah, this one doesn't have like the RGB and stuff. But then, so we've got RX 7600s from Acer now. This is a new thing, right? I do not recall Acer making AMD cards. This must be relatively new. Vertical mount that thing. Yeah. In stream submissions, I put my money where my mouth is. All right. I'm guessing Demon Mitt is showing a PNY. Oh, yep. Tons of PNY cards. So Demon Mitt likes PNY and actually buys a lot of PNY cards. Now, question, Demon Mitt. These cards that you bought, were they any cheaper than... like what you do have like the Accelerate Gaming ones. What's this white one right here? But were there equivalent tier cards from other companies at the same price, and you still chose to go PNY? And is PNY at the top of your list for AIBs? Right there next to Gigabyte. Right next to Gigabyte. I mean, can you zoom out, take another picture of all your graphics card boxes, just so we can see? I go between Gigabyte, PNY, typically the best value. If it's a PNY versus Gigabyte, I'd go PNY. In the US, is the customer who speaks to the brand... Wait. In the US, is it the customer who speaks to the brand in case if something goes wrong? In Europe, you usually talk to the store and they give you a solution. Wait. Do you do that even like 2 years into owning the card? So in the US, the way it works typically is within 30 days if something goes wrong, yes, you can talk to the store. Past 30 days, you go to the manufacturer's warranty to take care of any issues. So they make it relatively easily on any of the warranties that I haven't had to do many in like, you know, the many years I'm building computers, but you go to their website, you go to, you know, wherever they have, you fill out a form. You usually have to upload like a proof of purchase, the serial number of the part, etc., and then wait however long until the company gets, someone from the, you know, customer support team gets back to you. Sometimes they try to troubleshoot the issue depending on what it is before sending you or having you send in the card to either get fixed or get replaced or whatever. But yeah, in the US, typically you only get like 30 days for the seller return or warranty. No, in Europe now within 3 years the store is responsible. Yeah, other countries outside the US have much better like customer protection and like legislation in place. So in the US, I would say it's still pretty good. Like we still have like a lot of warranties and stuff like that, you know, that are usually in like the anywhere from like a year to 5 year, depending on what the component is that you buy. The only crappy thing is that it's pretty inconsistent with regards to like shipping. Like if I have a graphics card that, you know, I spent $1,000 on, and in 6 months it fails, not because of my problem, but because of a fault in the graphics card. that's not like a mass recall. Because usually with massive recalls and stuff, I think the company covers shipping. But a lot of the times in the US, you have to cover shipping to the company and then they'll cover shipping back. So like this graphics card that I spent $1,000 on that 6 months down the line decides to die for whatever reason, I have to spend like $30 or whatever. I guess with pirate ship it's not that much. But think of it if it was like a full PC that you built. You got to pay for the shipping to them in some cases. Some companies cover the shipping, some don't. And wait like a week for whatever diagnostics or to be shipped back a replacement. So for no reason except for bad luck, I now have to spend shipping money and be out of a graphics card for like a week. I did have to do an Intel CPU return recently, and they were pretty cool because they actually shipped a replacement CPU before I even shipped the faulty CPU in. That was pretty nice of them to do. So that, you know, that means that you don't have as much downtime on your computer. New photo, says Demon Mint there. So we do have PNY and gigabytes and one Asus card, a 4090. What was the story about that Asus? Was it because they wanted that specific card? It's a tough gaming one. Or did it just have to be priced decently well among the competition? Also, last week, Avery said it's cleaned. I cleaned my PC. Remember, Avery says this is clean. I don't know about this. Avery, you in the chat? You said you cleaned your computer, but is it like the glass that's throwing it off? Because it looks really dusty inside to me still. If you look over here. But I can't tell if that's just like maybe you haven't peeled your glass peel yet. But you said this is clean on the inside. I still see dust to some degree, whether it be on the transparent side panel or if it's actually on the power supply basement itself. Use a dirty rag to clean. Yeah, I mean, it could be the reflection, but I don't know. Some of these doesn't really look like it. This, if I'm going to be honest, this picture looked exactly the same as before it was cleaned. Or does it? Let me see. Let me pull up the other one. Actually, okay, I take it back. Not exactly the same, because here was the old picture. Actually, I don't know, man. It looks pretty similar. Okay, look at all that versus... The only thing was the lighting changed. The fans were turned to the blue LEDs. But if we're looking at what's going on there versus what's going on there, I don't know. People now photoshopping PC cleaning. I don't know. I don't think that's the case there. I'm not sure if Avery is trolling or not here. I can't tell. If they're trolling, then they got me. Arrows were bought specifically because they're white cards, but for buying 40 series new, it's mainly Gigabyte or PNY. If I have PNY, they're both the same price. The 4080 is a Verto model. The Tough Gaming Trio 49s were bought early on since they were the best value on release. I'm trying to look at what's on the right there. And then you got a bunch of... $3070s and $3070 Ti's and stuff on the right. Have you ever thrown away graphics card boxes? I feel like of all the boxes, I think I like to keep graphics card and CPU boxes the most. Motherboards, power supplies, SSDs, RAM, all the other stuff I'm okay with discarding. But these, I keep as long as possible. Hey, what's up, PSJC Gamer? I want to play Power Washer on that PC. Yes, PSJC. Well, I remember you from the previous streams, but in terms of any specific conversations or any other details, it takes time for me to build that up and remember, if I can at all. But your name, yes, PSJC Gamer, I remember you from the previous stream. Mr. 7-Digit. Wait, can you see that? Let me see. Let's see. So this is Raid Finder from my guild. This is White Main Classic, Classic Era, Hardcore Elite, Classic, Patreon God. Yeah. All my discourse lately has been WoW. Defies Pillager, the hardcore server I'm on. Good eye, Mr. 7-Digit. I didn't even realize that. A GPU box makes great storage for all the system manuals and extra hardware for that PC. For some reason, I usually use the power supply box for that. I'm trying to think of why. Because the manuals are pretty small. They usually fit in the power supply boxes. I think it's because volume-wise, it's more cube-shaped, right? Like, graphics card boxes are quite long, actually. Long and wide. Though they are thinner, or not as deep as a power supply box. But I need to calculate the volume between them and see if it's actually less volume. But it just feels more compact. Usually, I throw everything in the power supply box when I'm done with it. I don't like motherboard boxes just because they're so, like, they have those inserts in them, that make them like a hassle. Things can fall through and all that stuff if you throw in like your extra screws or extra brackets from stuff. As well as they're like, again, like they take up a lot of desk space. They might not be as tall or as thick, but motherboard boxes are like, you know, especially if you're working with ATX, they're quite big. So yeah, my go-to for throwing in everything is usually the power supply box. And then I hand that off to if, you know, I'm selling the build or something like that. N2 Tech says, I don't save boxes. Yes, static bags is something I also save a lot of. Yeah. What, they're longer for the, what, I don't think, I'm trying to think back. I'm not sure if I've seen, for like a standard PC build, off-the-shelf parts, I'm not sure if I've seen manuals come out of them that have been 8.5 by 11. That's basically, you know, printer paper size, like this size. Yeah, I don't know the last time I've seen a manual that is this big. A lot of them have, I don't know if I have one in the background that I could pull. Let me see. Do I have any random power supply boxes just sitting around with any manuals in them? I'm over in the studio now. Can you hear is the mic quality still pretty decent? Where did I have some empty motherboard boxes. Oh, no. This does not have the manual in them. I don't know where the manual for this one went. But yeah, for like a long time now, like, so this is just a sticker, but, and some like, what is this? Quick installation guide, and then just some regulatory notices. But yeah, usually they're like the size of this. It's been a long time since I've used any hardware that has like an 8.5 by 11 size booklet. Mobile box for case parts, manuals, cables, and bags. Yeah, I know a lot of people use the motherboard box for that, and they start the build on top of it. JC9 says, I love computer part boxes, so I never throw them unless I have to. Yeah, you typically don't have to throw away boxes unless you're like doing a lot of builds. But if you're just like building for yourself only, then it's pretty, like you can for the most part keep most of them because you don't go through a ton of different boxes throughout, you know, maybe a new set of 7 boxes or whatever, 7 components worth of boxes every few years or so. Demon Mint says, sent a bunch of random boxes. All right, so let's look at, yeah, so Demon Mint likes to keep, I would do the same thing too. You do keep a fair amount of your motherboard boxes too, it looks like, but if we take a look at the picture, just like your graphics cards, yeah, you're just keeping the high-end boards. No reason to keep like the cheapo low-end stuff, but yeah, Z97, Z68s, Z270s, so basically all the nicer high-end boards from across the different generations. Let me see if I can find a low-end. B660, not necessarily like low end, but, and B550s, B660s there, A350. Oh, here's an A320 box right there. I think that's, here's another A320, probably on the lower end of the motherboards you have here. So, yeah, I mean, after a while, you probably have to get rid of them as you keep building more and more. But then you kind of cycle out. Like, all right, let's get rid of these A320s to make more room for like Z790s and stuff like that. But yeah. I mean, I made a YouTube short about it, but I've gotten rid of some boxes. I still have quite a bit, but I only get rid of them as new ones come in. And then I kind of have to... It's like playing any type of game where you hoard things, like Fallout, for example, or Skyrim, where you have to do inventory management. It's like, all right, I got this new stuff. I don't have enough space. Time to look at the old crap that I actually don't care about and get rid of it. Old hard drives I still haven't destroyed. That is... let me see how many I have on hand. I don't have a ton of those left because when they were still more relevant, I did get rid of them in systems as like an add-on extra storage to like solid state storage. But let me take a look at my shelf over here of drives. Like, I've done a pretty good job at getting rid of hard drives, but let's just pull this off the shelf. I don't have a ton of them. But if we were to look at some random drives that I have, that at least I know of, I'm pretty sure I have other random drives tucked elsewhere, but let's see. So we have some of these like 2.5-inch laptop drives. Here's a Toshiba, oh, it's 1 terabyte, but only 5,400 RPM. So this is like, I mean, you could probably find uses for it, but no, I wouldn't, dude. You know how slow a 2.5-inch 5,400 RPM drive is to do anything with? I guess you could use it for like long-term storage stuff, but 1 terabyte is not the size I'm looking for when I'm thinking long-term storage. I've got like, you know, I have a 14 terabyte like external drive here, and then other stuff. So, what is this one? This is a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black. This one should be 7,200 RPMs. This was a 2014 drive. Does it say? It does not have the speed on here, but I'm pretty sure the Western Digital Black was a 7,200. Oh, this is a solid state hybrid drive, actually. I don't even know where I got this thing. but this used to be a benchmark drive very, very long time ago. I have a sticker that says it's a benchmark drive. Benchmarking on a, what is this thing? How big is this? 1 terabyte laptop SSHD. Manufactured in 2014. So, do I have, this one's a 160 gigabyte Hitachi drive. This one is 5400 RPM. And then this is a 250 gigabyte Samsung drive. I have no idea where I got these from over the years. But then here's a 2010 Hitachi 500 gigabyte 7200 RPM drive right here. July 2010 manufacturer date. Here's a Western Digital Blue. Manufactured 2011. 250 gigabytes. Like, if anything, this is more useful torn down and like taken apart for the scraps and the very strong magnets in here. What is this one? Here's a Seagate Barracuda. Whoa, I got a 3 terabyte here. How many 3 terabytes do I? 3 terabyte. Huh. So these, I would say these ones are a little bit more useful. Here's a 3 terabyte Barracuda. Date of manufacture. When was this? 2020. Wow. Where did I even get this thing from? I did not buy this new. I must have either pulled this from somebody's system or bought something that this came with. I make clocks out of the 3.5-inch platters. Yeah, like, I mean, probably not with the 3 terabyte drives. I think, how much are those still going for? If I wanted to buy a 3 terabyte, let's look on Amazon. 3 terabyte, 3.5 inch drive. So Hitachi Ultrastar, 45 bucks, 40 bucks. Western Digital Purple, Surveillance, 83. So they're like anywhere from like 35 to 40 bucks is a pretty common price for like a 3 terabyte, 7200 RPM drive. So they're still somewhat useful, but because I use the ITX case, I don't really have room for these. I can only go 2.5 inch or, you know, M.2 drives. Here's a 2013 manufactured HGST. Let's see. 3 terabyte, 7200 RPM. Here's a Toshiba 2013 manufactured 3 terabyte. What I'm curious now is what are on these drives. Some of these were in my personal system before. Like, I think this Toshiba and the HGST, these were in my personal systems at one point in time when I had a bigger case. But I have since moved the data onto external storage or onto, you know, like larger 2 terabyte SSDs. And then this one is a 2009. This might be the oldest drive I have on hand, actually. 320 gigabytes, 7200 RPM Western Digital Blue. So yeah. The storage, this storage is literally just taking up storage. I just have it on a shelf over there. I'm sure I have other drives like randomly tucked away in other random corners of my house. But as I find them, I stick them onto the shelf over there. They are good for a NAS, but if I'm throwing something in a NAS, I'm gonna probably throw like at a minimum like 6 or 8 terabytes. I don't think I would waste my time. I don't know. I'm a storage hoarder though, guys. Like, I have files ranging back to like high school, which is almost 20 years ago. So, and I used to do a lot of recording, like handheld, which I like transferred over to digital through Firewire because it was a tape recorder. And I have like everything I've ever done digitally, I have a copy of, which I don't know if that means I have a problem or not, but yeah, at least on on drives. I don't do everything as like for backup storage because that'd be way too expensive. I'm not paying for terabytes of like online backup. Online backup is just reserved for like the most important stuff, but everyone been sponsored by Ugreen NAS. Did Ugreen hit me up for that? I forget if they did or not, but yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people hit up by the Ugreen NAS. I don't know what the general consensus is on it. I know Jason Whitmer, or Jason Whitmer alone, because he has his own YouTube channel. He did a sponsor spot for them. Either that or a full video, but yeah, I'm not a huge like network storage guy in terms of like what's good and what's not good. Mike says, screw online backup, they will never get my data. Mike, how much data do you have, or how much, like, if you were to, you know, add up all the storage space that you have for your physical backup medium, how much would that be? How many, like, terabytes or more do you have? All right, now I gotta be careful not to drop these things because these are actually delicate. It's not as bad when they're, you know, because they're not moving. It's worse if they're like dropped while moving, but still, in general, don't want to drop hard drives. So I gotta be careful not to knock these off. How's the A770? The Intel Arc A770, it's been performing good. Yeah, like I could confidently report that I've had like 0 driver crashes, 0, I don't know, sometimes it could cause your PC to crash. I've had 0 issues with it. I'm not playing the most demanding of games though. So like what I've been playing, I played the finals a little bit recently. I'm playing Fallout 76 now, I'm playing Classic WoW. So pretty easy to run games. During the LANs, I played more intense games, but for the most part, I've been happy with the A770. I'm pretty excited for Intel's, you know, next gen graphics cards, like next full gen Battle Mage, not like Arc, like, you know, half steps or refreshes, which I think might be coming, but yeah. Currently less than a gamer. Well, what does less than a gamer mean? I don't know how much space gamers typically have in terms of storage. Off topic, but have you tried everything but the bagel seasoning? Everything but the bagel? Yeah, I've tried that. We have some of that upstairs. Where do you typically put it on? I like the everything bagels. Usually when I get bagels, I grab that. But the seasoning itself, I mean, Melissa picked that up. I usually don't use that. My 3090 going to be in my rig till it dies. I mean, 3090s are still pretty powerful, so I think you've got a good few years until, I mean, if you're going till it dies, I don't know about that. Graphics cards, I had a friend who was just using a GTX 970 up until a couple of years ago, which means he used it for pretty much like 8 years straight, and it had no signs of dying. So if we look at the 3090s though, if you wanted to buy it now, what are these going for? 3090s are going for as low as 500 bucks parts. That's a parts one. This is a zero. So about 600 630 for needs repair. Okay, maybe a little bit more expensive than that. Lots of scammers on eBay for the 3090s. I already found a couple, or at least I would not buy from them. Let's just say let's not say scammers because they have 0 reviews, but let's just say I'm not buying these. Oh. This already got reported. Me trying to click on this $520 RTX 3090 already gives you an error because it's fake and got reported. How about this one? Oh, this one's also gone. So they were scammers, or at least fake listings. Okay, so what's the actual price for a working 3090? 750? Is that the lowest we can find? New listing, here we go. Here's one that's real. Wait. Ooh, they got one of those graphics card sag brackets that's like the vertical bars. Or not the vertical bars. It's like, it sticks out horizontally, but, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Let's see. This one looks to be legit. Yeah, they have a pretty, will ship with signature required. So the cheapest, you're looking at around, above 700 bucks. Yeah, I would say that if you are currently using a graphics card that is valued at $700 used, that graphics card is going to last you quite a bit of time. How the F do people have 100% rating? The people that have 100% ratings typically don't have thousands of sales. It's when you start getting into the thousands of transactions is when you start getting people who mess up your rating. But yeah, if you find people with like under 1,000, it's not uncommon to have 100%. My eBay account, because I believe it still does count purchases and sales as, because you get rating for both of them, but it's all added together. Like my eBay account, I'm at 100% and I have like 200 something, I think. Let me take a look. My account, I have 316 transactions with 100% positive feedback on eBay. So yeah, I think the easiest way though on eBay is to buy a bunch of cheap stuff, pay on time. Anything you buy from like, you know, China or whatever, they will instantly give you positive feedback if you pay right away. And that counts towards your user profile's feedback. Yeah, my eBay account, let me see. Hello, welcome home. So my eBay account is member since July 2009. You see, I should have been a member before that. This is my second eBay account. My first one got banned because my roommate in college messed it up. I let him use his PayPal, which was banned, on my eBay, which was clean, and it in turn made my eBay account get banned. I didn't know his PayPal account got banned from eBay until after he wanted to buy some like Jordans or something, and then it got my account banned. So then I had to make a new one. But since then, since 2009, I've had 100% positive feedback with 316. Have I had issues with returning stuff on eBay? No. I bought something for our furnace from an account that said like free returns, and it ended up being that we replaced our whole furnace anyways with the heat pump. So then I returned the component that I bought and it was fine. They also paid for shipping, but that's on an individual basis. I think I bought from a smaller company and they were cool with it, but I've returned stuff on eBay a number of times that said free returns specifically. If it doesn't say free returns, I probably would just eat the sunken costs. eBay is not so much scamming, but a lot of money laundering. Are you talking about like, I've heard of, I don't know what else people could launder money with, but I've heard like a lot of the retro games was a money laundering scheme. I don't know how true that is, but like, if you think about like, you know, the original Nintendo Super Mario being worth like $1 million, people have claimed that that is a money laundering thing going on. But yeah, I don't know much about that because I don't follow that. I've also heard sometimes like Pokemon cards have been used as a front for money laundering, but I don't know a ton about that because I don't do that illegal stuff. I just buy cheap knickknacks and then I rarely sell on eBay. Actually, do they tell me how many sales I have? They only keep feedback information for the last 12 months, I think. Let me see. Yeah, they don't give anything more than 12 months, it looks like. So in the last 12 months, I've only bought 9 things on eBay and I've sold 0. You have 81 feedback at 100%? Yeah. It's pretty easy to get positive feedback if you buy more than you sell. I mean, technically from here on out, I shouldn't get another negative feedback. I don't plan on selling on eBay ever again. Like, yeah, it's just not worth it. I would rather go through the hassle of trying to meet up in real life in person and not have to deal with the fees and also not have to deal with potentially paying taxes if I sell a certain amount because it's all tracked online as opposed to doing cash in hand. So yeah, eBay for me is just for buying. Facebook Marketplace is greater than eBay. It depends. For selling, I would agree. Oh my God, it actually has 1 feedback. Wow. Here, let me see if I can. All right, I'll show this. Can I? Oh, I can't open it. Let me see. So they showed something that I sold more than a year ago, but I can't bring up the listing. The last thing I sold on eBay was a Nitro R9 380 4GB card for $200 in I don't know what year. This was during the crypto, like first crypto boom in 2017 or something. Yeah, I sold it for $200. I'm pretty sure I bought it for less than 90. Hey, what up, Shauner? What did you buy on eBay? What food did you buy on eBay? The only thing I would buy, okay, I would buy like vintage foods on eBay, but then again, the expiration, like would they have this still? Nope, they don't. Like what? What's it called? Altoid sours. Remember these? These are really rare. I remember when these were like on the shelves. People are selling these tins for $1.25. The issue is that this is candy. It's mostly sugar, but it's definitely expired by now. But I'm trying to think if I've bought food on eBay before. I'm sure I have because sometimes eBay is the only place you can find it where Amazon or your local stores don't have it. And people sell on eBay because they're in a region or a country that has it. But I can't think of the last time I bought food on eBay. But you said you would never buy it again. Chinese snacks from China and they were sus. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Jolt Blue energy soda? Are these, if they had these on it, they don't. The battery bottle. They don't. Yeah, I would only buy like stuff that you can't really get through other means. Dude, they have the Jolt battery bottle on here? Lot of 150 vintage Jolt battery, the bottle caps. I want the bottle, not the bottle cap. Oh man, these drinks, ugh. If they had this only on eBay and it wasn't expired, I would totally buy it from eBay. Sometimes you just have to let the past go. No, I can't let it go because they haven't made a replacement in the current times for it. We the bus, don't worry about it. Why you gotta be talking all freaking like a weirdo, dude? Where's the thing? Also, why is it not letting me put you in timeout? You get a timeout. I'm not hating on China, but I bought sour candy snack from China. It wasn't that sour, but it burnt my tongue so bad. And I regularly eat sour Skittles, and it didn't burn my tongue that bad. It wasn't sour, but it burnt your tongue. Huh. Yeah, I probably wouldn't eat that same candy again. What candy was it? Do you know the name? It's probably, unfortunately, not in English lettering, so I probably can't look it up easily. But I don't think that's specifically a China thing. That just seems like you bought some candy that used a specific ingredient that either you had a bad reaction to or is pretty like harsh on your mouth. Okay, do I post on TikTok? I do not post on TikTok. I probably should. All my YouTube shorts could probably just be like straight up uploaded without any effort to TikTok, but I don't know. TikTok as a platform, I don't use it. Similar to Instagram. All my shorts could probably go on Instagram as well. I think that's what most of the other content creators are doing. I don't know. I've got a bad taste in my mouth about Instagram because they deleted my account without me doing anything wrong, and there's no way to recover it. So. Dude, most of the people shilling products on any short form content, usually it's not worth the hype. I see so many YouTube shorts about stuff like that. Most of the time, the products, if you look up real actual reviews, like videos, a lot of them actually end up sucking. Like I saw one that I wanted to buy, right? So if we go to Amazon, what is it? The toilet magnet cleaner thing? I saw this. I've never heard of it in my entire life. Toilet magnet for tank. These things. Automatic toilet bowl cleaner. So this, no, not that one. Where's the magnets? These ones have cleaning solutions in it, but I saw an ad that, oh yeah, this one releases like the blue water, right? Which that's not what I was looking for. But there's one that has like a very strong magnet in it. And it's supposed to keep your toilet water cleaner and not have a ring around the toilet bowl. When I first saw it, I think it was on a YouTube short. I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. But wait, this seems too good to be true. I looked up a review video on it. People who used it, didn't even make a difference. The product is probably very special to where you are located and the conditions of your water. But still, a lot of the stuff on YouTube shorts and TikToks and stuff like that, you gotta go more in depth in your research, whether it be to like online, to Reddit and stuff like that, or to long form YouTube videos where people actually test or review it. Because in what, 60 seconds, a lot of the times, it's just a quick ad to make quick money and to trick people. Yeah, it's for hard water, but I don't think a lot of the times that's the issue that people have, and they don't specify that on in the shorts. They just said if you have, you know, that little ring that always forms on your toilet, use this and it'll fix it. TikTok is where it's at. I don't watch shorts. I watch shorts because it's not as in my face as a TikTok is. I mean, like when I open my YouTube app, I can at least decide what I want to do. When you go to TikTok, it already throws you some random stuff that you don't even follow, or like something that's not even your normal like categories. Like I always get some random, like we've seen this, I pulled it up on stream. TikTok be throwing these thirst traps at me, and I do not look at thirst traps on TikTok. What bidet do you use? I use honestly, I have like 2 different bidets in the house. Let's see if I can even find it. I have this style and this one. I don't know if it's the actual company, but I'm pretty sure I have this style bidet with these exact looking knobs, but it's not from this brand because obviously this design is like, there's like tons of these designs. So I have one like this, and then I have 2 of them that are like this. This exact design, again, I'm not sure if it's this from this company, but they're all probably made in the same factory, stamped with different branding on them. $10 coupon. Dude, you could get a bidet for $20 out the door. $29.99 with a $10 coupon. The amount of money you save in toilet paper, the amount of waste that you save, and the cleaner your butthole is, $20, to me, that's totally worth it. This is really cheap, but I think bidets in general have gotten cheaper over the years. Like, look, I could find so many of them closer to the $20 mark. Let's sort by lowest price. Then there's these style ones, which I've never used. Actually, no, I have used them in an Asian country. I do not like these ones where you have like basically like your faucet or like your hose nozzle, like your garden hose, and then you got a spray back there. These ones are aimed where they need to be aimed. And that's all there is to it. Okay, sort by lowest price. I have one with the hose so I don't explode on the nozzle. What do you mean by you explode on the nozzle? Like you put too much pressure all at once and it goes way up there? Oh man, Amazon throwing me everything except for bidets. But yeah, I mean, you can get a bidet for anywhere from like 30-ish bucks plus or minus, depending on the quality that you want. If you want a heated bidet though, you have to be able to hook it up to the hot water. So you have to run the line towards your sink. So most people, that's either more work or they're not able to do that, so. How do we even start talking about bidets? Which I am a big advocate for bidets. If you've watched any of the LAN party stories, but I got a really good one at Walmart. Has $25 bidets. It has a switch and an angle head. Yeah, the ones that I have, you can like alter the angle a bit, and they have 2 spray modes for women and men because women gotta spray like slightly further. This image explains it very well. Wait, where'd it go? No, stop it. Here it is. See, you got your rear wash or your feminine wash, and then you got yourself clean. Yeah, but why did I start looking at bidets? Well, how did that come up? I know I searched the bidet, but it somehow came up because we were talking about toilet water. Will Chef Matt ever come back to LAN party stories? I mean, we talked about this on previous streams before. Matt, unfortunately, does not hang out with the rest of the group anymore. Well, no, I take that back. Some people in the group still hang out with Matt, but not everybody. There's a falling out, unfortunately. So, whether or not that beef gets squashed down the line, no idea. But like, I have no issues with Matt personally, but I can't say that for everybody in the group. So that's why Matt has not been in the LAN party stories. So, yeah, I mean, you know, that just happens. People sometimes grow apart, unfortunately, with a group as close as the LAN group. I think that's the only case of that happening, though. Oh, we were talking about, yes, TikTok advertisements. Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff, not on TikTok, but obviously the people who post on TikTok post the same stuff on like Instagram and YouTube Shorts. But I've seen a lot of products that look really cool, and it looks like, oh, that would be amazing for the house. And then you do the research, and it ends up actually just being kind of like cheap garbage. So, yeah, you definitely do not get tricked by the quick advertisements that only spout the pros of a product. Temu is where it's at. Oh, we got to do this before the stream ends. Someone recently told me, okay, so when I did the Temu video, that was like in December-ish time frame, they had very limited of everything, but also by the time my video went live, those things were not available anymore. But someone left a comment recently that Temu has a bunch more motherboards, so I want to take a look at that real quick. Why am I typing Temu into Temu? Motherboard, computer motherboard. I've been told that they have expanded their selection of PC parts, but a quick look right now is revealing to me that that is not true. If I put in motherboard and looking through the products, I can't even find a single like desktop PC motherboard. They do have like this is a 3D printer, Creality Ender 3. So they do have boards for, or control boards and other stuff, but I'm not seeing like desktop motherboards. So did that comment lie to me? Temu is like a wish we have at home, indeed. I think Jason put it best. Temu exists so content creators can make fun content out of it. It's got cheap, ridiculous products that sometimes might surprise you, but for the most part is not worth buying. And that was pretty much the consensus that I came to in my Temu video. Like, yeah, it was fun to make the video, but it's not worth buying pretty much all of this stuff. PC motherboards. Temu's got to have a gem for like a certain category of products though. Like stuff like this, I'm sure if you bought this on Amazon, it would cost like 10 bucks instead. Like if you're buying basically dumb hardware, like screws and brackets and standoffs or, you know, thermal paste, Temu pricing is probably more competitive because it's coming straight from China. But if you're trying to buy like actual components and hardware, yeah, we're not. Maybe it was graphics card. Oh, what do they have here? Colorful is selling on Temu. Colorful RTX 4060 Ti for 500 bucks though. I don't know about that. Here's a 3050 for 313 bucks. 8 gigabyte though. So colorful selling on Temu. What else do we have? Dude, some of these graphics cards look really cool though. What? This is a 3060. Yeah, so it's overpriced. Like, who's paying 380 bucks for a 3060? But they've sold, wait, they sold 3.7 thousand. Please click on the number in the above cube. Okay. Oh, they don't specify exactly how much of which they sold. In AliExpress, I always get nervous if it would arrive at all, but all things I bought so much cheaper and worse. Yeah, so AliExpress, I do not group it with Temu. AliExpress, I definitely group closer to like eBay and Amazon in terms of legit products and actually getting them. Temu is, I think most people group it with Wish, rightly so, because, I mean, a lot of it's sus. This is a graphics card riser for 15 bucks. AliExpress, it's funny that it has Express in its name. Yeah, well, if you're in the US, it's definitely not going to be Express. It's going to be a couple of weeks. Look at these. This is the exact graphics card stand thing that I bought. Except I paid $7 for it. Here it's half price. So if you want to buy like a bunch of them, you can get it here. So, how long are you waiting for though? April 24th. So, anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. And if they're late, you get $5 back. But yeah, I would definitely be very cognizant or like very selective as to what I buy from Temu. In the Philippines, it is not Express either. It takes months sometimes. Yeah, I don't know where AliExpress, if you buy AliExpress and are located in China, is it pretty express? See, you can get these cheaper, wait, how do these light up? Okay, so these are like budget, we have Leon Lee streamers at home, streamers for 25 bucks, and you get everything. You get the 24 pin, you get CPU and GPU power. 25 bucks, I think. Oh no, or is it when I click on it? Nope, they just tricked me. Only the 24 pin is 25 bucks. At that price is not worth it because you have to buy individually everything else, I think. Yeah, as you click on these, it changes the prices. Not worth. 7 p.m. Thank you for the reminder, Kevin. How about Taobao? I've actually not used Taobao before. And the fact that I have to use the Google translator to put it in English as opposed to does the site actually have a converter? Because when you have to go with the Google translation, that means it's not really meant for English speakers, and the translation might be a little iffy. So I don't think I would be as comfortable shopping on here as I would be AliExpress. Yeah, Banggood and AliExpress are, to my knowledge, pretty similar as well. Banggood, I know my buddy Jan buys all his drone stuff, or he's bought drone stuff from Banggood before with no issues. So yeah, Banggood, I definitely hold them in higher regard than Temu. All right, it's been about 2 hours of stream, about dinner time. I'm getting pretty hungry, and I'm pretty sure Melissa is waiting for me upstairs. So we are gonna spend the last 5 to 10 minutes just hanging out, chatting, and such. Pity for the people who fall for content creators that make video about Temu. I think, depending on how you make the video, I think there are plenty of videos made about Temu, especially within like the PC space, that were fine, right? As long as you call Temu out on their inconsistent pricing, their inconsistent stock, things like that, then it's fine. Because you're actually spreading knowledge about it, and basically most Temu PC content creators, I've seen anyways, have not recommended Temu to their audience, myself included. Like at the end of my video, that was my conclusion. Like it doesn't make sense to buy from them. Just buy from the US, it's the same price. Or from US retailers. And I'm pretty sure like Toasty Bros has made Temu videos and Linus has made Temu stuff. But I'm pretty sure in every one of those videos, they bashed on Temu. So I think that's fine. I think the issue is when people take on Temu sponsorships or make like Temu content and they act as if it is like really good. I think that's the issue. Austin Evans, I don't watch Austin Evans' stuff, but did Austin, I don't think he would recommend Temu. I can, just based on my knowledge of his content, I don't think he would straight out just like recommend people to use Temu. His type of content, it's more like revolved around making fun of it and stuff, right? I would think. All right, NT Tech, have a good night. Sometimes he does, sometimes not. Let me think. What product on Temu do you guys think would ever be actually worth buying? Huh, this is on the front page. $10 mechanical keyboard. 61 key wired green access keys. $10, huh? This is just, this is like, I would just be interested to check this out. How can you produce and ship this thing across the world for $10? Standard shipping is only $2.99. Like, this is crazy. They created, produced, boxed up a keyboard that, I mean, I would assume that it works and can ship it across the world to me for $2.99 shipping. So it's like $13 for a mechanical keyboard. This is mechanical. That's crazy. Juan Manuel Gomez. Hey Juan, what's up? Thank you for stopping by stream. It was also meeting you and your son at PDX LAN. Thank you for stopping me and for taking the picture and for doing the little interview, which I have yet to make the YouTube shorts of. But yes, thank you for your support of watching the content over the years, and thanks for saying hi in person, which I love. I love meeting, you know, viewers. It's called data mining. I mean, I'm not with the whole data mining and privacy thing. I know it's not a good response to say you don't think Facebook, Google, etc., Apple has been doing all that already, because it's not. It could not be to the same level, right? Like with Temu, they could be more malicious, but still, I don't know if that, for me personally, I don't know if that's that big of a concern. Like the whole internet, like privacy thing, I think there are legit reasons to be concerned about certain stuff, but I'm not sure how high I would rank Temu on the list of those things. He saw one earphones on there for very cheap and he said it sounded decent. I think the issue with Temu is any product that is actually good, like we saw when I did the video, anything that might be considered decent or decently priced, it's not consistent. As soon as a content creator makes a video on it, the next week the price shoots up or it's not in stock anymore, it's not available. So I don't doubt that like Austin Evans saw some headphones that were very cheap and didn't sound bad. I doubt that it would have stayed in stock or stayed at that price. So it's a lot of bait and switch with Temu, unfortunately. Yeah, just like when Jay covers something cheap. Yeah, anytime Jay or anybody covers something on Amazon that is cheap, except for apparently Thermalright coolers, right? Thermalright coolers, no matter how much coverage they get, they stay cheap. But aside from that, like any kind of, like I think when Jay covered the mini screen that you could put in your computer, like for like diagnostics monitoring and temps and stuff like that, the link that he provided, the price shot up. So there's definitely a lot of price changing when something like kind of hits some sort of virality on YouTube. Mike Brazone says, dinner time for me too. If anyone wants to know what's really going on in the GPU market, look here. I will point to it down comment. And Neural Budget has the update from 3 weeks ago. Wait, Mike, are you part of the Discord server? If you post in the stream submissions, we could actually like pull that up sometime, as well as have other people be able to find it as well. You just use your old phone for diagnostics? I should probably do that. What? I'll Google it or I'll YouTube it. I was about to ask, what program and software do you use to monitor temps and stuff? But I'm sure that's been covered by many creators. That's how I predict prices nowadays. If creators are covering a certain CPU or GPU, it depends on where. I wouldn't say all CPUs and GPUs will see a change in price when a creator covers it from, like, you know, outlets like Amazon, or from retailers like Amazon and Newegg and stuff. But if they're covering something that's like on AliExpress, that's not available in the States, or if they're covering like a smaller non-major hardware like accessory, then yeah, I would say that is pretty accurate. The prices will inevitably change when they get like an influx of sales. Yeah, I need to definitely look up how to. Yeah, I have a number of old phones. I have a OnePlus 6 sitting right here that would be pretty nice to be able to use as just a temp monitoring. Neil, greetings. We're actually just about to end the stream in about 3 more minutes, 7:15. Oh boy, I made a big oopsie. I was supposed to call out. Here, let me see. I can't pull this up anymore. But Tiberius with the 24-month membership. Thank you. I saw that earlier, but I was in the middle of a thought, and I totally forgot to go back to it. Also, Royce Poisey. Can I click on this and make it show up? Oh no. Royce Poisey with the membership. Thanks for joining the Neural Budget type membership. Apologies for calling it out slightly late. Here, let me do the replay. How come it's not showing on here? I can't do the dancing sub, unfortunately. Why is it not on here? Subscription number. Yeah, it's not showing on here, but I can pull this up. So thanks for joining the channel, member. I appreciate it. There's a guy selling a 7950X custom looped rig with no GPU in my local area for $1,500. Been kind of eyeballing it. When you say custom loop, is it just the CPU that's in the loop, or do they have? It must be. You wouldn't just like leave it hanging with no GPU as a part of it. So then you could just slap in a graphics card. But $1,500, what's in the rest of the build? And also, if you picked it up, would you try to add in a graphics card into the same loop? Ace says, can't really sub because... Oh, dude, don't worry. You don't need to to sub or do memberships or anything like that. Just supporting the content is all that matters. So. $7950X isn't a real strong gaming processor. It is. Okay, I don't know how to approach this. Are there better processors? Yes. Are there better processors that price per performance is better? Yes. But I don't think you can just say 7950X and is not a really strong processor in the same sentence. That doesn't make sense. It's a high-end processor, and in this day and age, the graphics card is leveraged so much more than the processor. You can go with the mid-range processor, high-end graphics card, and get way better performance than if you flip that opposite, where you go high-end processor, mid-range graphics card. So, If it's part of a good bundle deal too, then, I mean, who cares, right? What are we yapping about tonight? We yapped about a number of things, from bidets, toilet magnets, a bunch of different graphics cards. Yeah, we yapped about a bunch. But stream is about to end, so you are going to have to watch the VOD, unfortunately. Hey, what's up, brah? If you were to, about 2,600 in parts if you were to buy all new, case was 500 alone. What's the case? I'm just curious about the case. A case being worth 500, I definitely, especially buying it secondhand, would not value that at 500. Corsair 1000, oh geez, the 1000D. Oh boy. See, the thing is, I don't even know how much I would value this case. Where's the Ultra? This is the last thing I'm looking at, and then... How can I find the Ultra Tower? I'm only finding the Super. Where's the $1,000 Corsair Ultra Tower? Yeah, exactly. That's where I was getting at. Just because some dude decided to spend potentially 500 on a case. Oh, it was this one. Sorry. You said 500. Yeah, just because somebody spent 500 on this, when I'm buying the PC from them, I'm not gonna value this anywhere near this. A case to me is a case. I would probably also value it around $100. It's used and it's a box that fits all the components in. I don't care if it's this case. The dude could switch it out with a freaking DIY PC case. Okay, maybe not DIY PC, but something else for all that matters. And then I'll buy the cheaper, one. $500 on a PC case? Let me look at this thing real quick before we end. Telescoping radiator trays. Installs fans and radiators effortlessly with smooth toolless modular. I don't know, man. $500? I never had a problem installing radiators and fans the traditional way without these slide out things. Future-proof front panel. Future-proof. An RGB lit front panel includes two USB 3.1. I mean, I guess that's future-proof. More future-proof than some other cases, but still, $500? Yeah, I don't know about that. But alright, that's going to be it for stream. Thank you guys, as always, for a fun stream and keeping me company during this. What was I going to say? Yeah, in terms of content, dude, I have been not in front of the camera. I've become rusty. I'm okay with like the streams and stuff, but when it comes to like scripting and planning out a video, because I've been taking a break, that I've been so rusty on. So please bear with me as I try to get back in the swing of things. The streams are always going to be here. YouTube shorts are still coming out, but yeah, long form content, it's taking me a little bit to get back to. But yeah, Great stream as always, guys. Thanks as always. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, have a great rest of your week, and have a great weekend coming up. Discord info is down in the description. I'm not there as much as I like, but we still have a community there that if you are trying to look for like-minded people, you can find us there. But yeah, everyone, have a good one. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.